With some downright nasty weather tonight, thunder, lightning, and lots of rain. So much rain, some residents at the Sandalwood Apartments in Pine Castle got an unwanted indoor pool. The water was up to 1.5 feet in one apartment, and some streets in Orange County looked more like small streams than roadways. And take a look at what we saw from the Sunbay cam. We don't have that. All right, well, the power and the fury of the severe weather ripped through a city festival in Brevard County. Folks at the festival in Palm Bay watched as lightning blew apart a tent, and that triggered hurricane-like chaos. Dave Erickson was on the scene with the witnesses.
What started as a festival called the Palm Bay Days ended as a day of devastation. All that's left is twisted metal, torn tents, and ankle-deep mud. A complete picture of destruction that began when lightning blew apart a tent. When the lightning hit the structure of the tent, it collapsed it, and it hit with such intensity that it actually burned the feet of people standing underneath. But to further complicate matters, while the EMS people were working on the lightning victims and the people in the tent, what seemed to be a tornado-like windstorm blew through the area and turned it, as you can see, into something out of Woodstock.
It was tremendous. They had people screaming, crying. The people that had been hurt were crying.
In the midst of this chaos, cops say there was one man whose leadership probably saved several lives. That man was Ira Rice.
People didn't know what's happening, so they turned around and saw all the people on the ground. They started screaming and wanting to run. So what we tried to do is try and calm them down. We just told them, listen, everybody down. Made them sit down, because that way they couldn't run from that position.
It all happened so fast. Just moments earlier, a band was on this stage. Hundreds of people were under these tents, and scores of art exhibitors had been sitting at these tables.
Numerous people pitched in, vendors came from their tents to help, police officers and firefighters were holding the tent up while other people were pulling injured out by the backs of their shirts.
After looking at the magnitude of the damage, people here say it's a miracle that no one was killed. In Palm Bay, Dave Erickson, 6 News.
During the aftermath of the lightning strike, 2 children were separated from their families, but Palm Bay police tell us they are safely back at home tonight. Let's check in with Pat Michaels. He has been monitoring the line of storms all evening from the Weather Center. Pat, what's the latest?
In Palm Bay, as Dan Billow reports.
Into the night, injured Palm Bay police officers and other victims talk of the lightning that struck this pavilion filled with people and the wind that blew it down, along with most other displays at this Palm Bay festival.
It was scary. There was a lot of little kids running around, and they were all freaking out because some of them couldn't find their parents, and the lightning boomed.
And when it did, Faith Sokolik's 10-year-old daughter was apparently shocked by the residual electricity.
Right afterwards, she started complaining that she couldn't walk and her foot was sore. And we were about 3 feet from a guy that we saw. He took his boot off because evidently he got hit, and his sock was just blown apart, literally blown apart.
Witnesses say there were upwards of 100 people in this tent when it started to come down. In their rush to get out, some of them got hurt.
And there was one lady, I guess middle-aged, who definitely had her feet burned from the lightning. Yeah. I think the worst part from her was when the tent started to collapse, she had to get up on her burned feet and run out of the tent on her own power.
Authorities weren't sure how many people ended up in the hospital. It appeared to be between 5 and 10. Police and a hospital spokesman say the cuts, burns, and bruises didn't appear to be serious. But no one will soon forget the Palm Bay Festival of 1994. In Palm Bay, Dan Billow, 2 News, on the Night Beat.
Wow. At 6